Ever wondered what your flight attendants are really talking about behind the galley curtain?
Welcome to Two Guys on a Plane, your go-to podcast for an insider look at flight attendant life.
We're your hosts, Rich and Drew, and we're here to tell you what really goes on at 35,000 feet.
So sit back, relax, we're ready for takeoff.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Two Guys on a Plane. We are excited to hear from you guys today. Today's episode, we are going to dive into some questions and answers. We recently polled our Instagram audience and we said, ask us anything. So everything about our personal lives, from Two Guys on a Plane stuff to our travels, we are going to answer all of it. But before we get into that, Andrew, how's flying been lately?
Chaotic.
That's usually how it is.
Yes. No, it's been chaotic between weather and maintenance. It's just been a rough week, but I survived and I made it back here to chat with you.
You sure did.
I think that's the win.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you? How was your week?
It's been pretty good, actually. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to eat my words later, but things have been kind of quiet lately.
Yeah,
like,
knock on the table.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's wood or not, but knock on the table.
Knock on anything. Knock on everything. Yeah. No, things have been pretty good. We haven't had too many delays or cancellations or even like angry passengers. I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely screwing myself now, but yeah, things have been pretty good lately. Yes. So yeah, we'll see if that continues or not. Stay tuned for me,
because I think I recently jinxed myself by saying it.
Yeah, that's always how it is.
What do you do?
It's like the number one rule is you don't talk about a trip and how easy it is until it's
you keep asking me.
Over. I know. I don't know what's wrong with me, but anyways, we got quite a few questions to go through from our Instagram audience. Thank you all for sending your questions in.
Thank you.
We might do this more often because it's actually kind of fun to hear what you guys want to know from us.
We're having a blast.
So let's start it off with this, and these are verbatim, guys. I didn't edit these, so please know I didn't write this question. How did you guys come to start the page, and why all so funny? And the meme quality, so good.
Well, you can thank my mom for my humor. LOL.
Yeah,
I got it from my mama.
Don't we all get a lot from our parents, honestly? Right? But yeah, I would say, I mean, we really just kind of started it on a whim after we got married to talk about or share our travels and kind of get into that sort of stuff. But, you know, we've got a whole episode about that, too. So go ahead and find that, how we became Two Guys on a Plane.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of like on a whim. We started travel stuff. It turned into memes and more. And now here we are today with a podcast.
Well, and I think the quality of the memes, and we talk about this in that podcast as well. I think the quality of the memes is because we don't work for the same airline. So we kind of bounce things off of each other. And having worked for a regional, I think we bring a well-rounded experience to our humor.
Yeah, that definitely adds to it because we can kind of appeal to different airlines because we both have different airline experience. Yeah. And another note about the quality, I thought you were going a different direction.
Oh, well, I was going to tell him how you edited one once. And of course, it's good quality. No, you can't start the page on the fact that you needed to edit someone else's meme and then put out trash meme.
But no, I was thinking, it made me think of the quality of, like, you know, when you go back and watch shows from like the 90s and 2000s or whatever, you know, back when you thought, when you were watching it, like, God, this was such good quality. Yeah. That's how I feel looking back at some of our first memes, is I'm like, oh, these are cringe. Who made this?
We did. I think the answer is we did. All right. Next on our list, Rich, how did you meet while flying if you work for different airlines?
How did we meet if we work for different airlines?
Well, when we did meet, I worked for a regional.
You did.
And I flew under your banner and I was commuting on your flight.
Yes.
So I think it's less confusing if you know that point, because we do not work for the same airline at all now, not even banner-wise.
Right. Definitely. Yeah, you were one of my little passengers and I took great care of you and still do. Wow, I'm ridiculous.
Right.
Where are the two of you from? Andrew, where are you from?
I'm from Nashville. Well, right outside of Nashville, but I've lived in Nashville for so long as an adult. I claim it as home, but I'm originally from Kentucky, right outside of Nashville.
I remember I used to make fun of you for this so much. I'd be like, you're not from Nashville. You're from Kentucky. Like, what? Why do you tell people that? And the responses you get from I'm from Kentucky versus I'm from Nashville are so vastly different that I'm like, okay, I understand why you do that.
Yeah. What about you, Rich? Where are you from?
I grew up in Boston. Yes. Boston proper, City Slicker. City Slicka. I gotta get that Boston accent back in here.
I always tell people you're from Boston and they're like, but where? But what part? And I was like, but Boston.
Because so many people,
but
I
Boston.
mean, you have people from like northern Maine being like, I'm from Boston.
Yes.
I'm like, you're not even in the same state, dude. Calm down.
Right.
But yes, no, I grew up in the city. And that's me. That's who I am and where I'm from. What are your favorite restaurants in Philly?
Oh.
I know this is a good one because all of them, no, not all of them, definitely, but we love so many places.
Wilder is probably one of our top picks.
Yeah.
If you haven't been, you should go.
It's so good.
I've never actually been in the restaurants, but we hang out at Graffiti Bar a lot for happy hour.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's
Sampan
and
Double
Knot.
Yeah,
So we
it's all
eat
the
their
same
food, but we
kitchen.
do it at Graffiti Bar a lot.
Yeah. Wilder though. It's just such a good, like their pizza and pasta and like Italian dishes. It's all just so well made.
Where do
and
we go for the focaccia bread?
delicious. Oh, happy hour at
Villa Custa?
Villa Custa.
Villa
Yeah,
Custa.
that honey focaccia bread that they have is delicious.
Yeah. DM us if you're ever in Philly. We'll give you a long list of places to go eat in the city. We have such
Yeah.
good food here. It's really
and
hard
the love.
to pick.
We love the love. That's
We
really
do
good
love the
too.
love.
Yeah, we generally, because we live in Center City, we kind of stick to Center City restaurants, but we're starting to venture out a little bit more. But yeah,
I always forget about Middle Child too. Their sandwiches.
Oh, the sandwiches.
So good.
Yeah, there's been so many blogs lately that are like,
So
this is the
many.
best sandwich in the country.
And it really is.
Yeah,
It truly is.
It's not overhyped. It's actually really good. We could do a whole episode about this. We're going to get lost.
Right.
Next question.
What do you do together when you're not flying? What do we do together when we're not flying?
Sleep. I mean, it's obvious and cliche, but we travel a lot.
We do.
We do like to get that in as much as we possibly can. Wander around the city, go to restaurants. Clearly, we've covered a lot of ground there. Just spend time with friends in the city, honestly. I mean, as much as we love travel, it's nice to not get on an airplane sometimes. It's like going to the office, you know?
Yeah. Travel. We're happy hour people. We like to get out and walk and explore our city just like we would any other city. Give us like an outdoor space and we are in. We're hanging out with you.
We like hiking, and I know close friends of ours will laugh listening to me say this because I don't hike like normal people. I'm like a baby hiker. Like, give me a good nature walk and I'm all about it. But I mean, we love being outdoors. We love the beach. We love going into the mountains. We love being on a lake, like renting cabins with friends and doing things like that. Just being kind of away from the city.
Oh, give us any concert. We're
concert.
Totally
Oh my
down
God,
for live
yeah.
music.
Concerts, theater stuff,
We have
anything
like 7
live.
of them coming up. I'm so excited.
We do have hobbies. This is a great question. I'm always like, what do we do?
Rich, what's next?
What is your favorite layover?
Ooh.
Past or present, we'll say, because you've worked for different carriers and have had different layover experiences.
I don't have like a
I think I know your
singular
answer.
city. Okay, I do have a singular city that I really love. And everyone makes fun of me for this. But one of my favorite layovers was Huntington, West Virginia.
Yeah.
It was like a holler town with this cute,
Yes.
like colleges downtown. But at this point in my career, give me a beach. Literally any layover with a beach close by, and I am in heaven.
Yeah, I was either going to say for you that West Virginia one or like San Juan.
Yeah.
Because, well, we both love San Juan.
We
But
do.
I mean, beach
Where else
time,
do you get pouches?
the pouches.
You can't.
I know.
You can't go to San Juan and not bring out a pouch.
For those of you who aren't aware of this, the gasolina pouches in San Juan, I don't know if you can get them other places. You probably can.
You
but this
probably
is where
can,
we
but
found them.
that's where we found them, and we keep going back for them.
It's like adult Capri Suns with way too high of an alcohol content, so you really only need one.
Honestly, it's how we survive COVID.
Literally.
Wait, what's your favorite
Sitting
layover?
out back. Oh yeah. My favorite layover. This is so hard because it really depends on my mood.
Which was your favorite domestic layover?
Yeah, see, this is where it gets a little easier. It's so dumb. I really love Des Moines, Iowa. I mean, they have decent food. Like, there's a bunch of good food places. There's some really cool breweries, and part of it is the passengers. The people there are just so nice.
That's so funny. I would have called it a toss-up between Des Moines or Omaha For you.
For me.
No, for you.
Yeah, I haven't been to Omaha in a while,
but
yeah.
they have a great downtown
Similar
with patios and breweries and things to go
Omaha's
hang
got
out
some
at.
good restaurants
Okay,
too.
see, I told you.
Yeah, I know. People are gonna be like, these two are boring. No, I'm boring. No. Oh wait, internationally over. This is a toss up probably between Edinburgh. I love Scotland.
I haven't been yet.
It's like a fairy tale. Or Paris. It's so cliche.
Right.
I don't care how cheesy of a flight attendant I look. There's something about getting like a croque monsieur or a crepe or a croissant and like one of those little splits of like champagne and drinking it out of a paper cup underneath the Eiffel Tower that just makes you feel like, gosh, I have the best job in the world.
I was just talking to a friend about Paris because they're going, and I was like, well, you have to go to the Eiffel Tower twice, once in the morning, once in the evening. And she thought I was joking. And I was like, no, they're like different experiences.
Right.
If you're going to go over there, you have to do the Eiffel Tower once in the morning with like a crepe and a coffee. And then you have to go back with a bottle of champagne in the evening.
Yeah.
And like experience it when it's all lit up at night. And she was like, wait, you're being really serious, aren't you? And I was like, for sure.
Yeah.
It's a different experience.
That's definitely.
You have to keep going.
True.
All right. So the next question on our list is, do you non-rev when you travel or do you buy tickets?
Believe it or not, we just bought tickets on an airline for the first time in at least 11 years. Like, neither of us have bought tickets since we've been together.
And it's an international carrier, and I love
we're flying
carriers.
We're really excited. We're going to Egypt on one of our upcoming group trips. And for the first time, we're like, let's buy tickets. So yeah, we're really excited to fly to Egypt and actually have confirmed seats. It's wild to have confirmed seats like 6 months before a trip.
But we are absolutely non-revers.
Hardcore non-revers.
Generally, we don't go anywhere that we can't go on our travel passes. And we do that mostly thanks to staff traveler at this point in our lives, like having access to everyone's loads so that we can get places so much easier is insanely wonderful.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know about Staff Traveler, first of all, they have helped us make this podcast come true, and we are forever
so
grateful to them for that. But also, Staff Traveler is like the #1 non-rev app. If you have flight benefits, this is the app for you. Download it. It's free to download. It's free to use. You can put in loads for anywhere in the world, and it'll give you connection options, and it'll show you loads from an actual airline employee that works for those airlines, and give you just kind of a breakdown of how many people are listed, how many seats are open, what cabin, the seats are available in, how it's looking for you, kind of what your odds are. And you can keep requesting updates from people over and over again too. And so basically, if you put in loads and answer other people's requests, you get credits to then put in for loads from other people. So it's really nice. You can pay for credits if you want, which I've done a couple times when I'm like really going through a non-rev binge, but you can also just get the credits for free, which is really nice. So it's the best way to travel. It has gotten us out of so many jams. Literally a couple weeks ago in Phoenix, we were sitting there just like, not actually sitting is an understatement.
Running.
We were not sitting.
Running and
we were
panicking.
running on every concourse through Phoenix, trying to get on anybody that would take us. I think we tried like 4 different airlines.
We sure did.
And we ended up taking different flights home, but we finally got there.
Oh, we all got home.
Staff Traveler.
And we are non-revers. We will split seats. We will split airplanes. We don't care. However we get there, we get there.
I'll fly in a lav.
We are non-revers through and through. I think literally the Egypt trip is the first time we've ever purchased tickets together.
It's kind of wild to think about
like
that.
Almost 11 years of knowing each other.
Yeah. Well, definitely download Staff Traveler. It's a must-have. We'll drop it in the show notes, and you can also get the link on our Instagram profile. But make sure you have that app next time you are non-revving somewhere, if you don't already, and DM us and tell us what you think of it, because we'll totally tell them what you think.
Yeah.
What are your favorite and least favorite airports?
Do you want me to name an exact city or just like a style of airport that I like?
No, give me exact cities.
Oh, I don't have one.
What?
I don't have... Well, I mean, I love Philly. It's really my favorite airport.
Because it's home?
Well, yes. And I just think the design of it is really smart. I like that all the terminals are connected, and I like that each terminal has its own security checkpoint. So, like, it's not as backed up. I really hate when, like, all the terminals share one security checkpoint because lines just take forever and always to get through.
It's so true. They're so unpredictable that way.
Yeah. I think Philly is a good one. I like Phoenix. Oh, you know which one's really cute? Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh yeah, because it's newer too. Well, it's been around at least a few years now, but their newer airport is really well designed.
Yeah.
They did a really good job renovating that.
And honestly, give me any airport with rocking chairs in it, and I'm in heaven. Heaven.
Except Charlotte, that place is kind of a dumpster fire sometimes.
You know they did a redesign on it, and I don't love it.
No.
But who am I? Not an expert yet.
I mean, kind of.
What about you? What's your favorite airport?
I would have to say domestically, I really like the new LaGuardia. I know, like, who knew that a girl would have a glow up like LaGuardia did? But she did, and she's pretty now. Although the air traffic there is still congested as ever and chaotic. But the airport itself is nice.
It is.
I really hate Atlanta. Flying in and out of there is like chaos. I don't know anyone that likes Atlanta. Even the people based there are like, welcome to this, like,
I got
disaster.
to Atlanta the other day and the plane train was down and I literally sat in the terminal and was like, I'm not going. Someone call me a cart. I'm not doing it. I'm not making
That's
this
a hike.
4-mile walk to my terminal. Someone bring me a cart. I'm done.
I did it. I did that walk
Scheduling's
once.
calling and they're like, where are you? And I was like waiting for someone to pick me up.
No.
I'm not walking.
No,
I'm not doing
God, no.
it.
That airport's crazy. Favorites, or another favorite is Amsterdam. I love that they have a hotel on the secure side. I love that they have like an art museum. They have garden space. Oh, and you know where we went recently that I would move into? We basically did
Doha.
Yeah.
The like park in the middle of the airport was
insane.
insane.
It was so beautiful. And every type of food you could imagine was there.
It's so comfortable too.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Good trip with a bad crew or bad trip with a good crew?
I mean, bad trip with a good crew any day.
Give me a good crew.
You
Period.
can do
End of
anything
story.
with
Correct.
a good crew.
Give me a good crew all day long, and we are set to survive the world.
What's your favorite place that the two of you have traveled to together?
Oh my God, my answer's so quick on this, so I'm going to let you answer first.
Wait.
It's already in my head. You know the answer to this already.
Is it Budapest?
It sure is.
Yeah.
It has been my favorite of all of the places. That cheap little Airbnb we got, the food was phenomenal.
So
We had
inexpensive.
such
there.
good food. And then for my birthday, Rich booked me a beer bath. The
Greatest thing.
greatest
I've ever
experience.
done.
They put you in a bath filled with like beer ingredients, so hops
like
and
hops
florals and all the things
The
that like
aromas were,
the
like,
aroma, the
magical.
aromatics of the beer were
Yeah.
magical. And then you had a beer tap between the baths, and they kept bringing like charcuterie snacks to like pair with the beer that you were drinking.
It was insane because like that beer tap was literally unlimited. Like you could have as much beer as you wanted.
So it was the most magical experience of my life, but I almost drowned that day.
Yeah, I'm surprised both of us didn't die. That's probably why they brought in snacks every 15 minutes
probably.
to make sure you were still alive.
Makes sense.
We're really glamorizing this, but best experience we ever did, beer bath in Budapest. My favorite place that we've been together is still probably Greece. Greece will
I love
always
that
be a
one,
winner
too.
for me. We went to Greece for a honeymoon and we got married in October, and we were there kind of like right at the start of off season. So things were all still open, but nothing was crowded.
Oh, no one was there.
And it was like Mykonos is like beach party scene. These beaches were dead and it was still warm enough to hang out at them. And it was just magic. The like Greek people, the hospitality, just absolute magic.
Honestly, the beach parties were like a silent rave because we were the only two people there, and it was the
it was
best.
great. Yeah. Staff took amazing care of us because we were the only ones there. Can't go wrong there.
Who's your favorite celebrity you've had on a flight?
Ooh. That's a tough one because I've had some really good ones. Like Julianne Hough was awesome. Her sister used to be a flight attendant. She was sitting in like 32B and we didn't even notice it was her. Until she came to the back alley and was like, can I get like a Bud Light or something? And we were like, Julianne Hough, is that you? Are you drinking Bud Light? Like, just down to earth, cool. Jordan Sparks was probably my favorite because I was working. Actually, I wasn't even working first class, but a friend of mine was. And I went up there and I like fangirled so hard, and she could not have been nicer. She was such a sweetheart. And then she was like cold, and I remember we were like, oh, let's make you a hot water bottle. She was basically like an honorary flight attendant. We were like filling her up a hot water bottle and like having her put it by her feet because her feet were so cold. And you know, when you're sitting by that 1L door on the plane, like it's just
cold.
Arctic up there. So she was sitting up there in her seat by 1L, and yeah, it was freezing. But then she was like, can I have another ice cream sundae? Like, that was really good. And we ended up like eating sundaes in the galley and just like talking about life, and she was fantastic. Probably Jordan Sparks. What about you?
The most memorable for me were Sissy's Basic. I had her when I worked for the regional, and she was just back in coach. She was apparently flying to like somewhere to film a movie. She was a lot like Julianne Hough, just very nonchalant. The whole crew was trying to figure out if it was really her or not, you know. And this is back before you have like, I mean, paper, devices to look things up, and so we're trying to figure out if it's really her or not. And I'm like, looks like her. Someone go say hello. Someone go say hello.
That's amazing.
But my all-time favorite celebrity was Flava Flav.
Oh, that wasn't that long ago.
No,
either.
It wasn't. He comes marching down the jet bridge with his clock on, and I'm like, Flava Flav, and he was like, you know who I am, and I was like, bro.
Hell yeah. Who doesn't?
I was like, big fan. And he was like, music or TV? And I was like, TV. And he was like, of course you are.
The fact that we get to have these conversations with people is just wild to me. Yeah. Do flight attendants really have secret codes for passengers?
I don't think so.
You don't?
I mean, there's verbiage we use, but I don't think it's a secret.
No. I do always see those like TikTok videos where there's like people that think they're like spilling the industry secrets.
Right.
And they'll be like, oh, we call passengers this. And I don't think there's any like real universal things other than like gate lice people in the gate. But I don't think there's really any. We'll make nicknames for people as they come based on what chaotic behavior.
32E.
Yeah. Or just call them by their seat number.
But what I think is funny is everyone's like, the flight attendants are so judgmental. Of course we are. That's our job. Like, we're literally looking for like millions of things as you board the airplane for like safety and security reasons. And everyone's like, they're so judgmental up there. And I'm like,
kind of required to be.
Kind of part of our job.
Some of it's us being, judgmental, and some of it's us literally just doing our job.
Right. I really love this question. What's the weirdest thing you've ever found in a seat back pocket?
Don't look in seat back pockets. I'm not looking for trouble here. What is the weirdest thing you've ever found?
Same. Yeah. I don't go in seat back pockets.
No, I'm not reaching my hand in there under any circumstance. If I see something sticking out, I might pull it out if we're like doing trash.
I've seen pictures on Facebook or thing of people like pulling out whole underwear sets. And I'm like, how did you forget those? How did you leave that behind? Like trash and all that stuff, like clean up after yourselves. But how did you leave your whole underwear set in the, I don't get it.
Do you think that's some sort of like weird fetish that people have? Like, I'm going to leave my underwear.
You all tell us.
So you think our audience is just wild fetish?
I don't know. Tell us.
I don't know. I mean, people are into some weird stuff. You never know. But yeah, as a general rule, I do not look in there. I don't want to know anything about it. I don't want to play that game. Mm-hmm. What is one thing that you always have in your carry-on?
Beef jerky.
I feel like you've brought up beef jerky on this podcast multiple times now.
I haven't. This is the first time I've actually brought it up.
Oh.
It's the first time it's come out of my mouth. But there's always a stick of beef jerky in my bag because it's quick protein in case I get hangry. And if you ask my husband, he'll tell you I get hangry all the time.
That's true. It's not fun.
Yeah. If you see my mood dropping, it's because I need food.
If you see my husband,
if I'm your flight attendant and I start to get angry at you, just give me food.
Just give him food. For me, my initial answer was going to be Hot Logic because I'm obsessed with them.
I can't get through a layover without them.
Yeah, if you don't
know microwaves food when you have a Hot Logic available.
If you don't have a Hot Logic, they're incredible. It's like a little hot plate with like an insulated lunchbox kind of around it, but it flattens really easily. But basically, you just plug it in and your food is ready, by the time you're done getting undressed or whatever in your layover. It's the best way to have a hot meal home cooked for you, like, because it's your food when you're on a layover. But you said food, and Kind bars are always my thing.
Same reason, though.
Yeah, Kind bars are, because they're like, just enough protein. They have like protein max ones that are delicious now, and I love those. Those are probably always in my bag.
Jet lag tips.
My biggest tip for jet lag is staying on the time zone of wherever you're. Okay, so it's kind of twofold. So if you're doing short trips like layovers, you're 24 hours somewhere far, far away, I try to stay on my home base time as much as I can, not to mess myself up. But if we're going somewhere for like a week or two, I really like to try to acclimate myself to that time zone as quick as I can. So like even sometimes if you land from a red eye and you have all day there, I try not to nap and just like power through and stay awake and crash that night, and generally that works.
Literally same answer.
And
So,
water. Yeah. Water. It's so cliche, but it really does work. If you could only fly to one place for the rest of your career, where would it be?
There's no answer for that for me.
Yeah, this question's hard.
If that were the choice and I could only do one flight forever, I wouldn't be a flight attendant anymore.
What is career? I guess because you could still non-rev somewhere for fun, but I don't know.
No, but that's still the joy of the job, is that it's different cities. It's different. Like the passengers are different when you go to different cities.
Yeah.
Like it's not, that's the joy of this job, is that it's not always the same. So if you're going to make me pick one specific route for the rest of forever,
That's a good point.
I'm going to go sit at a desk.
Sorry about your question, whoever posted that, but we're not answering. What's one airline that's been your favorite to fly on as a passenger?
All of them.
All of them.
I love all of them. They're all so different, but so similar. Like, I don't know. It's just nice to be at home, but like, it's like going to your aunt's house versus your grandma's house. Like, it's all familiar,
right?
And it's all fun. It's just weird to watch how, your aunt makes macaroni salad versus how your grandma does it.
That's true. That's a good point.
What about you?
I feel like I had an answer before you said that, and I kind of like your answer. I don't know. I mean, every airline really does have their own personality.
Yeah.
So you're right. It's whoever's just nice to their passengers, honestly. Right. Everything else is just gravy.
Yeah.
All right, we have one last question.
Okay.
You want to take it?
What's your favorite and least favorite thing about being a flight attendant?
The people we work with.
And that's his answer for both.
Yeah. No, exactly. It's wild how you can meet someone 6:00 in the morning and you just are family instantly. By 10 a.m. you're in each other's life story and you're taking care of each other. I mean, I just think about like the moments that I've had that have been difficult in life or like really happy. And these people are with you like they've been your family the whole time. But then you've also, on the flip side, got people who really just make this job harder than it has to be. And they like go out of their way to be miserable, or they go out of their way to make up their own rules or be miserable to passengers. And it's like, you're just sucking the energy from me. So it really is the people for both answers. What about you?
I was going to say it's the change.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's my both answer. But my answer for both is how it's ever changing. You literally never know what to expect during each day.
Keeps it exciting.
It really does. It keeps it exciting and also can make it very frustrating. Because it's not like you're going to the same office and working with the same 5 people every day. It's
right.
Always different.
Right.
And some days that's great and some days that is not.
Some days that's fun and some days that uncertainty is literally killing me.
Correct.
Yeah. I get that. Well, that's it for our questions for today. Thank you guys for sending us your questions for our Ask Me Anything. Keep sending us your questions, DM us, and if you liked our episode, go ahead and leave a review for us and share this podcast with your friends. We'll see you next time.
Join us again for more humor, heart, and stories from our beverage cart.
This episode was brought to you by Staff Traveler, the #1 non-rev app. If you travel on standby tickets and are looking to make your journey easy and stress-free, check out the Staff Traveler app in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Visit stafftraveler.com/2guys to learn more and sign up.
An Ironic Media production. Visit us at ironickmedia.com.